That's what I say. You know, I'm not a country western music fan. Never have been.
What a voice!
But I love Patsy
What
Cline.
a voice! What
And
a
I figured
feeling.
if I do, you got to have enough crossover.
Yeah.
You know, and of course that's what she was. She was
Now,
the first major crossover artist.
They sing 27 songs
27
of hers.
Yeah,
And
that's a lot.
Yeah, I had the
You know.
pleasure of meeting the Patsy Cline that's going to be in your production the other day. And
Oh, did you?
She's solid.
She had
She has a very solid presence about her.
she had the, I hate to say rawest talent because that's not what we saw up there. What we saw was someone who had the ease,
Yeah.
and was, some of the others were a bit more practiced, if you will. Now, as a director, and you know this as well, you don't necessarily want that practiced person because they're not necessarily going to see things the way you do and may not give you what you think you
Right.
need.
Right.
You know, it became very evident early on that Joni was the person that could be molded.
I got that impression.
Yes, and I think
Immediately.
most people, I think everybody did. The
Yeah.
entire audience, I mean, that was their,
I don't
that
think
was their
Patsy
favorite.
Cline did a fast thing in her entire life.
Yeah.
I mean, she was very smooth.
She was, you know, she started as a honky-tonk singer.
Yeah.
And somewhere along the way, one of the producers, and I don't know who that was, but I do know that this is the basic story, maybe slightly apocryphal, but she had a producer along the way who said, you know, you got a blues voice. You should sing this, and handed her Crazy, you
oh
know.
boy.
And is it Crazy to this day is still the single most requested song of any.
It's an incredible song.
Yeah, it's an incredible Willie Nelson.
Well, Phil, we're
yeah.
running out of
Sure.
tape right now.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, I would just love to sit here and listen to 30 years of great
All right.
memories.
Well,
from you.
let's do one other thing though. Let's
Yeah.
not forget it. Patsy Cline, Cats, big one for us. We wanted to do it. Haven't.
Weber Classic.
Absolutely. The first show we ever did, You Can't Take It With You, which I'm particularly interested in. And I got a hankering for Grandpa Vanderhoff, and I just discovered that I am now 7 years older than Lionel Barrymore was when he played it, so I can play that part.
I look forward to it.
So I'd probably go after that. Then we're doing Rent. Very exciting. We're going to be one of the first in the state to do it. Everybody has jumped on board. We got it early. And then we're closing out the season with a play that a lot of people have dubbed as the funniest comedy written in the 20th century, Noise Is Off, which is, if for those who have not ever seen it, absolutely hysterical.
Fantastic.
Very, very funny.
How about the studio?
Studio, we're doing an original work called The Book of Matthew Leibowitz to open, and we'll be bringing Gene Abravaya, the author, is going to be coming. I
Oh.
shouldn't say we're not bringing him because we can't afford to
He's
do
from,
that.
He's
but
from California.
He's from California. He has a connection to the director of the show, and through her good graces and his, they're working to bring him here. She really wants him to come, and I said, if you can get him here, then we'd love to have him. But I said, I don't have the money to bring an author in from California, or we'd have been doing it before. And then we're doing the Stephen Dietz reworking of Sherlock Holmes, the final
In my opinion,
adventure.
I think that is probably going to be the most difficult show to mount, and I have a great interest in seeing what they do with this particular production. That is the challenge production of the year.
Have you read it? Do you?
I read it.
Okay, because one of the things that Dietz did was he basically got rid of the sets. He said, suggest this.
Yeah.
Suggest it's a perfect opportunity for the studio theater to tackle something that in the past, if you wanted to do the William Gillette one, you were going to be putting on the main stage because of its demands physically. But that was a little too musty, and Stephen Dietz really did a nice reworking of it, and I think that's going to be a fun one to do. And especially on the heels of the big new movie that's coming out at Christmas, maybe
Right.
it'll give us a little bit of
Robert Downey Jr.
Yep, a little added oomph. And then we're closing out with another very, very funny play by an author, Andrew Bergman, called Social Security. And Bergman's very funny. He wrote Blazing Saddles for Mel Brooks.
Right.
He wrote The In-Laws, one of my favorite comedies of all time. Very, very funny man. And Social Security is up to that task. And each of the directors are new directors for us, which is very exciting. They come with some, they got some, heritage with them. None of them are wet behind the ears when it comes to that. Jennifer Weil is a professional actress who has been active here and is looking forward to this, and I believe you're going to be in that show, which I think is very exciting too.
I'm looking forward to it.
It'll be good for everybody working to see two pros bringing it together, making it happen. I'll take a quick little sidelight, and well, no, let me finish what I was saying, and then I can tell you this off camera because it doesn't.
Sure.
You don't need this part necessarily, but. Harriet Middleberger comes here from Washington, D.C., where she was the drama coach in a high school just outside of Washington for many years, also affiliated with the professional theater while she was there, has come to us with, seems very capable, everything, all of our conversations with her, it's going to be very exciting. And Keith Furstenberg is directing Social Security, and he's got a solid 10-year history in community theater elsewhere before he came here 2 years ago. And he has proven himself time and time again on stage.
Also, Keith is in the Book of Matthew.
Oh, is he? Okay. Well, see, I don't know the whole cast yet. They haven't told me.
Well, he was at the audition. He said,
I believe so. I believe you're right.
I hope so.
I believe you are correct.
I hope so.
I'm pretty confident that that's...
He better be.
Yeah. I think your statement is solid. He's there. Yep. And with that, I think we've got a really, really solid 50th season. We've got some other things. We've got a party coming up on August 29th. It's a kickoff party for the volunteers and everybody over at Inside Out Gallery. I think the tickets are going to be like $10 or something, or maybe $15.
So anybody from the public can go there for $10, or is it just...
I'm not sure of the price, so it might be $15, but I think it's going to include
open to the public,
drinks.
though, eh?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's open to anybody that
Great.
wants to. But our primary focus is to get as many of the people that we know of affiliated with the theater locally to come and
well, Phil,
slap each other on the back.
Thank
and
you
have a good
so
time.
much for sharing all this incredible information, and I'm looking forward to a great season.
Excellent.
You bet.
Me
Thank
too.
you very much.
You betcha.
You bet.
Thanks, Wayne.